theory of Big Bang, which is today's standard and widely accepted framework for understanding the origins of our universe, was developed primarily by mathematical means. According to this theory, the universe appeared from the point of zero volume and infinite mass. In other words, from nothing. The Big Bang Theory destroyed the barriers between science, religion, and philosophy and added credibility to the traditional proofs of God's existence. In the process of measuring and examining this world, science raised questions that it was unable to answer. First, it was discovered that the universe had a beginning. In other words, there was a time when there was no time, as well as no matter, no energy, and no space. In other words, the world began or was created from nothing. Who created our world? Then it became clear that the laws of physics are tuned and established with such precision and perfection that it is impossible to explain their existence simply by coincidence. Who established and calculated the laws of physics? Finally, it is now evident that our innate capabilities to understand the laws of nature are amazingly well adjusted to these laws. Why do we have the ability to know? Scientific data indicates that the same cause initiated both cosmos and man. It is exactly the search for the single and universal cause of all things that inspired philosophers and scientists of all ages to make discoveries and look for truth. Behind philosophical and scientific findings lies a simple amazement before the grandeur and complexity of order in things and events of our world. The greatest minds were convinced that observable order and unity underlying our world can only be explained through the existence of a single creator. And if the greatest of us were right, indeed, then such God would not leave us without his attention and will establish a link with mankind, favoring the efforts of the best of men who devoted and sacrificed so much studying his creation and searching for himself. We would like to present to you something both striking and curious. We call it the primary proof, the sign, the miracle. We speak of a physical object existing in reality, of an old book written more than 1,000 years ago. It is a book which contains a blend of brilliant poetry, deep prose, coherent philosophical and ethical system, scientific phenomena, and mathematical symmetries. This book contains ultimate answers to all major questions. Profoundness and integrity of these answers are capable of filling the soul of the seeker of truth with a sense of enthusiastic satisfaction from the attained goal. And the answer to the question of God will undoubtedly be the most important. The book convincingly verifies the existence of God and at the same time completely reveals his will. This concrete evidence is the mathematical code encrypted within the text. The book carries a complex mathematical structure based on proportions, symmetries, sequences, and numerical values of letters, words, sentences, and chapters. The creation of such structure is unthinkable without the application of advanced computing technology, especially considering the age of the writing. This book is the Quran. The mathematical code of the Quran was discovered in 1974 by an American scientist, Rashad Khalifa, who attempted to uncover Quran's most important secret, mysterious sets of letters appearing in the beginning of 29 chapters. Traditional techniques proved to be unsuccessful. Rashad Khalifa decided to program the Quranic text into digital language and load it into a computer. This proved to be a wise decision since its consequences led to the great scientific discovery. Numerical code of enormous complexity was found in the Arabic text of the Quran. Mathematical structure built around a single factor, number 19. The discovery of mathematical phenomena in the Quran shook the Muslim world. For the first time in history, a physical evidence of the divine origin of the scripture was discovered. Let us repeat the experimental steps took by Dr. Khalifa in order to witness the miracle for ourselves. To see the mathematical structure of the Quran, we use abjad, an original system of numeration by letters of Arabic alphabet. Arabic alphabet consists of 28 letters and is ideally suited for decimal numeration system. Every letter has its numerical value, from 1 to 9, from 10 to 90, from 100 to 900, and 1000. Numerical value of a word is constituted by some value of its letters. Numerical value of an Arabic word Allah, God, will equal to the sum of its 4 letters. Alif, 1, Lam, 30, Lam, 30, Ha, 5. Together, 66. Armed with this information, we can now easily calculate numerical values of each word, verse, and chapter in the Quran. Let's begin with Bismillah, a first verse of the book which is found exactly 114 times in the Quran. Bismillah is the most frequent verse in the Quran. It sounds like this: Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Bismillah is a perfect example to reveal the mathematical phenomena. Bismillah has 19 letters. It is easy to count even if you do not know Arabic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. These are numerical values of each letter. By adding their values together, we can determine the values of each word and total value of all words. Their value: 102, 66, 329, and 289. Total numerical value of all words: 786. Bismillah has 4 words, 19 letters. Total numerical value of Bismillah is 786. This 6-digit number is divisible by 19 without a remainder. Let's rewrite the sequence number of each word in Bismillah and after it number of letters in each word. This whole sequence is an 8-digit number divisible by 19. If we add the number of letters in each word to the number of letters in the next word, we will get a 10-digit number divisible by 19. If we add the numerical value of each word to the number of letters in this word, we will get a 15-digit number divisible by 19. If we add the numerical value of each word to the numerical value of the next word, we will get a 16-digit number divisible by 19. If we write the number of letters in the word, then the numerical value of each letter in this word separately, then the numerical value of each word, we will get a 48-digit number divisible by 19. If we write after the numerical value of each letter its sequence number in Bismillah from 1 to 19, we will get a 62-digit number divisible by 19.
For better understanding, please watch next few minutes with large view and few more new mathematical issue about Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. This is the summary of the Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Here we find what serial number, letters, what value, letter of serial number and letters value. We will discuss 16 mathematical issue about Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. This one is the first one. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 is the word serial number. If we put the letter of each word, the value we get finally, this is divided by 19 with no remainder. Please check with this table. Mathematical issue number 2. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 is also word serial number, and if we put the value of each word, the value we finally get, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Number 3, word serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we put the current words letters quantity plus previous or letters quantity, the value we finally get, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Number 4, Word serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we put the current words value plus previous all words value, the value we finally get, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Number 5, word serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we put the each words letters quantity plus each words value, the value we finally get, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Number 6, word serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we put the letters value of each word, the value we finally get, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Number 7 is different, few difference you will find. Here we put the letters in word 3, 4, 6, 6, and if we put the words value and then we put the letters value, the value we finally get, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Number 8, if we put the first letters in word 3, 4, 6, 6, and if we put the letters value and then words value, this value also divided by 19 with no remainder. Number 9, 260, 41, this is the letters value. If we put the first letters value and then if we put the letters serial number, the value we finally get, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Again, number 10, we put the letters value and if we put the word serial number, the value we finally get, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Number 11, here we put the word, letter and value of Bismillah. The value we finally get, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Now we discuss some inner link about last 10 sets. This one is first one and this one is second one. Between this first one and second one you have find some inner link. Number 3 and 4, between these sets you have find some inner link, and 1, 2 and 6 we will think about this 1, 2, 6 sets. You will find the some inner link, and if we think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the sets are common is 1, 2, 3, 4 is common for all the sets, and all the sets are divided by 19 with no remainder. And if you think about number 7 and 8, you will find some inner link, and 9 and 10, these sets also have some inner link. And mathematical issue number 12, we know that Bismillah is mentioned in Quran 19 times, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Allah mentioned 2698 times, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Ar-Rahman mentioned in 57 times, this is also divided by 19 with no remainder. Ar-Rahim 114 times mentioned in Quran, this is also divided by no remainder. And if we add all the result, the value we get 152, this is also divided by 19 with no
Miracle of
remainder.
Bismillah is not limited to simple math and divisibility by 19. No less interesting are proportions between numerical values and lexical meanings of words comprising Bismillah and other attributes of God mentioned in the Quran. 4 words comprising Bismillah are found in the Quran. Name 19 times, God 2,698 times, Most Gracious 57 times, Most Merciful 114 times. All numbers are divisible by 19, and the addition of the quotients produces 152, which turns out to also be divisible by 19 without a remainder. Out of 115 attributes of God mentioned in the Quran, there are only 4 names whose numerical values correspond with the numbers mentioned above. These are Wahid, 1, Zul Fadl Il-Azim, possessor of highest grace, Majid, glorious, Jami, gatherer. they correspond with only 3 names. There is an incomplete symmetry. The word ism, name, is not a name, so it would be logical to suppose that there is a divine name which is found exactly 19 times in the Quran, which will correspond to the numerical value of the divine attribute Wahid, 19. Remarkable is the fact that out of 115 divine attributes dispersed throughout the whole Quran, there's only one name which is repeated exactly 19 times, Shaheed, witness. Thus we have a perfect symmetrical system of interrelated divine attributes. All mentioned numerical meanings are divisible by 19. These words are easily combined into a single sentence. God is witness that He is one, possessor of the highest grace, glorious, most gracious, most merciful, gatherer of people on the day of judgment.